You
You can do it. We're too late now. We live.
I had to look at the date.
We
You know what?
live.
I think I forgot the date the other day. It was Groundhog Day.
That was a big
No,
day.
it wasn't.
Wasn't it Groundhog Day?
I think is Groundhog Day on Sunday or Saturday, February 1st or the first Sunday or first Monday. Anyway, today is not Groundhog Day. It is February the 4th. I remember talking about Groundhog Day last year. Punxsutawney Phil.
Oh, that's right. One of my favorite movies, by the way.
Groundhog Day. I've never seen it. It's 4 o'clock here in Alabama, and it's very warm. Punxsutawney Phil.
I could have my shorty shorts on right now.
Yes, you could. I could actually have a bathing suit on.
It is warm.
It's warm.
We're pushing 80.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's going to be like that for a while.
This is a springtime, summertime shirt with some long sleeves on it, and I tell you, it's too hot.
It is. It's warm.
It makes me wonder if we're going to have some bad weather. I'm hoping not, but it's got to eventually. It can't stay like this through April.
No, it can't.
It's got to eventually. Something's got to happen.
It's a false spring.
Not complaining except for the plants.
I am not complaining at all. I just hope we don't get a late freeze now.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. If the plants start budding out, and well, not necessarily just plants, fruit trees, peach farmers.
A late freeze is way worse than anything else, and we've had one pretty much the last couple of years, and that's really hurt my figs big time.
Yes, and I was looking at those fig trees just yesterday thinking, I'm definitely going to have enough to freeze dry this year.
Gonna make some preserves too.
Gonna make some Victoria Crown pigeons very happy too.
If
it doesn't freeze.
If we don't have
we'll still have a few.
I mean, because we had
but we want a bumper crop.
Yeah, we would like a lot.
I haven't made figs since we've lived at this farm.
Mm-mm.
And Michael Key is needing some homemade fig preserves.
Yep.
And my goal is to get some without having to buy some for Michael to make some.
I know. I hope so soon. That's
yeah.
Right.
I need figs. We need figs. And we need these peach farmers to have a good crop.
Yeah, we don't want those guys to any of them.
No matter what they're farming, but peaches.
Strawberry farm, which the strawberries can handle it pretty good, but
did you notice all the frost cloths are removed?
Mm-hmm.
We went to town this morning and the farmers had covered up all their strawberries because our temperatures got pretty frigid. Strawberries can tolerate cold, but they cover them when there's a threat of temperatures like there were these couple of weeks ago. They've uncovered them, and hopefully they won't have to cover them back. Well, strawberries start getting ready. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't the end of February when they're ready.
I can't remember when we
It's earlier than what we think. And we have a lot of strawberry farmers, believe it or not.
We do. We got a lot of strawberry farmers around here. Way more peach farmers, but strawberries are second right there.
That's right.
If we do make preserves, we'll definitely show you guys how we do it.
Yes, that's right.
It's easy.
And I don't want to stop at preserves. I want to make Scott Peacock's recipe for bourbon figs. Is that what he calls it?
It is.
I don't know.
I think it's brandy figs.
Brandied figs.
Yes.
Okay. Well, they are some of the most delicious things I've ever eaten in my life.
They are, but it is
difficult.
It is a lot of steps.
I think it's a couple of day process.
It is. I think so. Yeah.
So,
it's a little different.
I'm not a very patient person, but to get the outcome of that, I mean, I've had them when he made them. I've never made them myself, but it is delicious. I have a feeling it's probably going to be about like that honeysuckle jelly.
Yeah.
I made that and I said, y'all go buy it at Stone Hollow Farmstead because it's
hard to make.
It's a process.
Yep.
Especially if you got to go pick the stamen out of the honeysuckles.
Mm-hmm.
Each individual flower. There's Michael Key. Yep, he needs those figs.
So I remember because I've had Scott's brandy figs many times, and they're absolutely delicious. And again, Scott is or once was, he's retired now pretty much from chefing.
Yeah, Scott wouldn't approve of your terminology.
But anyways, Scott is a James Beard Award-winning chef. He was the James Beard Award winner in 2007, I think, is when it was. Best chef in the Southeast. And so I asked him one day for his brandy fig recipe, thinking it was similar to the fig preserves we make, just with some brandy in it. And it's not.
It's not.
Oh,
It is
man.
it's a difficult process, and not to say I'm not up for the challenge, but I am no James Beard Award winning chef, and I don't anticipate my outcome will be as good as his.
And I remember it being difficult, but maybe it's not now.
There's so many people that say they've never had figs.
Yeah.
And if you're thinking, a fig tastes like a Fig Newton cookie,
It don't.
you're ever so wrong.
It's not even close.
It's not even close.
It
And
is
another
not even
myth
close.
that gets passed around about figs when it gets closer to time for them to be ready is about that wasp that pollinates the figs.
So, majority of your figs here in the United States are self-pollinating figs. So they're all pretty much hybrids. And so they don't need any insect to pollinate them. And the only climate in the United States that could possibly hold or possibly have the fig wasp, because there are wasps that pollinate figs, but the only areas in the United States that they could actually live would be Southern California and Miami. But I've never heard of anybody, really truly. But outside that, you don't have to worry about eating wasp eggs or baby wasp or anything like that.
Yeah, and that's going to get passed around every year come time to start picking figs.
It makes a TikTok or a short reel that intrigues everybody, and because it's I don't know, because it's maybe controversial, I guess, or not controversial. What word am I looking for?
It's kind of false information.
It's kind of extreme. They kind of make it extreme that you're eating a fig wasp, and they'll show a fig with it looks like worms in it that they claim that are wasp larvae, but it's not. That's you got worms in your figs. Nothing to do with wasp. You got actual pests.
Michael, we're not gonna have any worms in your figs.
Mike, I'm not gonna do you like Ryan did. Michael knows what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna give you anything with bugs in it, brother.
Michael said that he likes to eat figs directly off the tree, and while I won't say the same, I do like the flavor of a fig.
Hey.
But I love them freeze dried. They get a crunch to them, and y'all, the taste, the flavor's enhanced. Me, Carl loves them fresh. Jason does too.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying I won't eat them fresh, because I will. It's just that I think they're much better when they're freeze dried. And just think, Michael, if I could freeze dry them, then we can make preserves forever.
Oh gosh, yeah, you could.
You could.
I guess you could just
I halved them when I freeze dried them because I wanted it to go faster.
Right.
But if I added more dry time, of course, it would take a little longer for it to freeze dry and the process to be complete. But it would it eventually get there. So yeah, I'm excited to.
Catherine made preserves with them, and I thought she said she made preserves with them
after she freeze dried them.
Mm-hmm. I thought that's what she said. But
she did two separate processes.
Mm-hmm.
I like them freeze dried.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is the Super Bowl this Sunday?
It's the 9th. So
that's this Sunday, and Peaches better get busy because she's been sleeping hard over these past few warm days, laying out in the sunshine with her belly stuck up in the air. I'm like, Peaches, can you please do something besides dream about football?
I got a feeling she ain't thinking nothing about football with this weather like it is.
No, if you think of football, well, I think of football when it's cold. And I feel like football's not when it's cold anymore, so to speak, because Alabama starts in September, and it's hot here in September.
Yeah.
I feel like
it's hot here in October.
When we were kids, it wasn't like that.
Yeah. No, it wasn't like that at all.
We had talked about it before, wearing a Browning jacket to the fair, and now you wear shorts.
Yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy. Yeah. So Peaches will be making her prediction pretty daggum soon. I think it's going to be in Friday's video.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it'll be in Friday's video. And can you freeze dry pickle? Absolutely.
We've done that, Michael. Do you remember?
Absolutely.
The freeze-dried pickles came out very salty.
That's right. They were stout.
They were very salty.
They were stout.
Now I'm sure they probably make some pickles that go in, or you can make your own pickles and then freeze dry them, and they wouldn't be so salty. But the grocery store jarred pickles is what we freeze dried.
They were stout.
It was about inedible.
Yep.
The texture was good, the crunch was there, but the salt was too much for me. Like to where it would take the skin off your mouth.
Yeah, they were.
Agree?
They wouldn't that great, honestly. And then you could preserve them that way, but I mean, pickles are already preserved.
Well, if you just want it to be crunchy, like for a snack.
I got you.
You wouldn't
like
take
pickle chips.
Yeah, because you wouldn't take a jar. Well, Michael might, but you wouldn't take a jar of pickles and just put it behind the seat of your truck.
No,
just you could take a bag of pickles and put it behind the seat of your truck and be fine. Hear that, Michael?
And is it me, or does the Super Bowl just seem off because it's so far out?
It I don't know, Jason. I don't know.
It is so far out. I mean, it seems 2 weeks later than normal. I mean, we're in February. And football should be over in January.
We should try to freeze dry sweet pickles and see what happens. But I don't like sweet pickles as they are. I like a dill pickle. I'll eat a sweet pickle, but I'm not gonna like.
I like sweet pickles. I like sweet pickles, but I love Wickles pickles, sweet pickles.
Wonder how that would turn out freeze dried.
Say that 5 times in a row, real fast.
I'm not even gonna try.
So there's a company in Alabama called Wickles Pickles, real popular here, but I think they've gotten popular, pretty popular nationwide now. But they are from Alabama, and yeah, they're good.
The seasoning that they put on them is just perfect. It's just right.
Chestnut said, "Don't dehydrate them either; they're awful."
Oh goodness!
Yeah, I'm a big pickle fan. I am.
Jason loves pickles.
I love them
so much so. If we're eating at a restaurant and Mary Carl doesn't eat her pickle, excuse me, ma'am, are you going to have that pickle right there? It's every time. If we grill out hamburgers and we don't have pickles, it might be a run to the store.
I love them.
It's just pickles. Something that he loves.
I put them on my salad. I love them.
He loves pickles.
I do. Got to have them on grilled cheese.
Everybody's different.
Yep. Love them.
So I guess everybody wants to know about the new little fella that has come to live at Cog Hill Farm.
Who's that?
Well, he's a he, and he doesn't have a name just yet.
Oh man!
So if you saw yesterday's video, that seems like a long time ago.
Don't it though? Does seem like a long time.
You know that Jason and I have a new little, and Mary Carl, a new little baby edition, and it is a young emu. He would be 2 weeks and 5 days today, I believe.
I think it's 6, but that's close enough.
Okay. 2 weeks and 6 days. So almost 3 weeks old, and he's a character. We put a little Silky chick in with him, and he has kind of bonded with the Silky.
Yep.
Keeps him from thinking he's alone. And also upon Milligan Farm. If you don't follow Milligan Farm, they are in Vinemont, Alabama.
Yep.
She suggested that I use a mirror, and we already had a mirror in the barn where we had tried this with Snow White previously. So little fella has a mirror and has a Silky friend, and he's doing very well, and he does not have a name.
Does not have a name.
I'm seeing lots of good suggestions. I'm seeing Zippy. I'm seeing Barney. I'm seeing Whitey. Lots of
Cotton, Snowman.
Egbert.
I got a cough. Excuse me.
Yes, Milligan Farms is in Vinemont, Alabama, and they do not have a YouTube channel. I told her I thought that was a good idea for her to get started, but she really doesn't have a clue. So.
Yeah, but they do have Facebook and Instagram.
Yes.
And they do have a beautiful farm.
Let me see if I can pull it up so y'all will know which farm it is. I don't know if there's more than one Milligan Farm, but we want to.
Who knows?
We want to make sure we get the right one so you guys can.
I saw Yeti come up a lot for a name.
Yeah, I like Yeti.
Bert or Ernie. You know, me and Brooke have discussed Bert or Ernie.
Bert or Ernie and Nugget. That sounds like a good combination. This is Milligan Farms on Facebook. I am still not Instagram friendly.
You got Instagram though.
I've looked at it and I cannot figure it out. So this is them, and y'all give them a follow. Super people.
Oh gosh.
Actually, they are from California, and they ended up in Alabama.
Yeah, y'all excuse my nasty hands. I've been working today. Right there. That's them on Instagram.
What's their pic of her and
an emu, I'm sure, isn't it? Her and chicks.
It's something I can't see that far, but
yep.
Yeah, relocated here from California and brought their emus with them. Cute story of how they ever got them. She told me that her and her husband saw their first emu and had no clue what it was, had never seen one, and immediately fell in love with them. This was years ago. And her husband looked at her and said, "Oh, so now we're going to have some of those, huh?" And it was on from that point. Their personality is just wonderful. And I can't say enough about PETA and her knowledge of emus. It's just wonderful to have somebody to lean on for knowledge. It's a lot more than.
And they got other things on their farm too, but her main thing is like emus, but they got goats and chickens, and their farm's beautiful.
She has a cow.
Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, she takes. It is beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Jason wasn't able to go with Mary Carl and I when we picked up the little fella.
I still see it.
He was. I didn't want him going. I didn't want him, exposing somebody to something that potentially she.
And I probably would have fell asleep anyways.
Well, he didn't need to go, and he could have seen the little fella when we got home, which he did.
Mm-hmm.
But you have only seen her farm from pictures, but I can tell y'all firsthand, it's beautiful. And she takes very good care of her animals.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Willie.
I saw somebody said, "Wish we had another plan for Goldie." Y'all, Goldie, emus don't mate for life, and female emus don't care about the male. So if we had 10 males over there, she would mate with all 10 of them.
And go from one to another.
She would go one to another, to another, to another, to another.
And it would be no stopping her.
No.
Nugget is not bonded with her. Nugget has a emu for a companion.
Yep.
And PETA has clarified this to me, in which I felt comfortable with removing a female from Nugget and adding a male, because as long as he has a companion, it's not going to matter. His hormones are they're still going to be there somewhat, but they're not going to be enraged like they are if he has a female present.
Correct.
He's going to be fine as long as he has another emu, and Goldie will be fine as long as she has another emu. And that's the plan for Catherine.
Yep.
It's when there is a male available for Catherine in a standard color, which is what she's after, then she'll get her baby, and we won't move Goldie until little man of ours
is big enough
to go in with Nugget.
Until Catherine's new emu is big enough to go in with Goldie.
So it'll be a switch that's going to be an adjustment, but it's also for the best. Because as I'm walking around today out in the pasture, Goldie's laid another egg. It's just like that. And it's an Easter egg hunt. It's never going to change. When we rehomed Goldie, we did it because our friends, Stan and Kathy.
Well, it was an emergency.
It was an emergency.
Yeah, it was right then.
It was. She was not going to live if she did not get around another emu fast.
Correct.
It didn't matter if it was Nugget.
Yeah.
I don't think in a million years she remembers who Nugget was. Meaning it was her sibling.
Yeah.
But she had to be with another of her kind, and Stan and Kathy, only people she knew of with emus was us.
That's right.
And so when she called us, of course, either if we had to build another fence, we were going to help them in this situation. And what the outcome was going to be as far as them breeding, it wasn't relevant at the time. It was the fact that she was not going to live. She was going to mourn herself
That's
to
right.
death from being alone, not from losing her partner, but from being alone.
Mm-hmm. And so in two, I mean, y'all all know Catherine for the most part, and you know they're awesome, awesome people, and y'all be able to see Goldie on Catherine's channel as well.
That's right.
And you know, Catherine lives literally. We
Yeah.
could probably walk to their house through the woods.
And y'all know as well
Yeah.
as I do, if something were to not work out, we will make it right. We will make it to where
Oh yeah,
everybody, all the animals are
Mhm.
happy, all the humans are happy. It's in the best interest of everybody.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
And it's just the best decision.
Yeah. And the two males, now I'm not gonna say there's not gonna be any chest puffing out and stuff when we put them two together, because Nugget did that with Goldie for at least a month, if not longer. They did not.
They didn't see eye to eye, but there was never a fight about it.
No, but Nugget would run her off.
Yeah.
But there was never any, you know, they did not until it was breeding season. Nugget didn't care anything about Goldie whatsoever. It was maybe 2 months, maybe longer than that.
Yeah, it was a long
They
time.
were really separated for a while. So I don't know if that's going to happen with the new guy when he moves in with Nugget. I'm sure Nugget's going to, you know, bow his chest up and that kind of stuff. But I think it's all gonna be fine because we're gonna separate them, but there'll be a fence. I'll say that there'll be a fence in between them for a while, so they'll be able to know each other and that kind of thing, get used to each other before we actually put them together.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll take steps to ensure that everybody's gonna be, you know, safety first.
That's right.
Safety first. And
absolutely.
Now, PETA did say that she would recommend that the little man that we just got be probably 5 or 6 months old, play it by ear, but big enough to where he can not defend himself. That's not the word I want to use.
Get out of the way.
Yeah, but know what to do. Know
That's
that,
right.
you know, who's the dominant one and where he stands in this situation. So
right.
we're going to just do just what she said.
And she's, you know, told us that the males, they're once they get used to each other, they're gonna be fine.
Yes, males can live together without any controversy, and as long as there's not a female around.
Right.
If we kept Goldie and we kept Little Man and we kept Nugget, they're gonna fight.
That's right.
There's gonna be some issues.
That's right.
More than likely.
How did Nugget get his name? He was named Nugget when we got him.
He was.
It just stuck. We didn't change it.
And they said, Nugget's previous owner said, we don't really care if you keep the name Nugget or not, but that's what we've been calling him. And it just stuck.
That's right.
It was just what the time we saw him, Little Nugget.
Little Nugget.
And that's where Stan and Kathy came up with the name Goldie, because obviously a nugget of gold. And then Pepita. Pepita means gold in Spanish, if I'm not mistaken.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
I think that's right.
We're fixing to find out.
We are, because I'm in big trouble if it's not.
It's silver.
Means Pete silver?
Somebody just said silver. I don't know. I just saw silver pop up.
I just remember
you're probably right. Maybe they meant something else.
Remember Kathy telling me that.
Mac and Nugget.
I like Mac. But Mac at Chestnut Hills might not like Mac as an emu.
Or Mac at Simply Making It.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. He might not care. Girls are more finicky than guys, it seems like it. We'll see.
Oh, no, it's not gold. Pepita is pumpkin seed. So,
well, she got it somewhere, y'all. Pepita means something.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Bill.
Something to do with gold in some kind of way. I knew I was going to mess up.
Oh, me.
I knew I was going to mess up. I never should have said a word.
Oh, I have thought of other names, and I see a lot of people on the same wavelength as I am. You know, we thought of Barney. We've thought of this morning. I told you Roscoe because of Roscoe Pico train. I even thought about Roscoe's deputy, whose name is Enos. But y'all, that YouTube's gonna get that wrong 50% of the time, and my videos are gonna get dinged and taken down because they think I'm saying an ugly word. So I scratched that one off real quick. I was like, yes, I got the right name. I got it. And then I was like, no, I better
We
not.
were sitting on the
I better
porch.
not. That's not going to work.
We were sitting out on the porch having our
That's
coffee.
not going to work.
And Jason told me that, and he didn't say anything about thinking otherwise, but I immediately said, Jason,
that's not going to work.
You know what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
Has nothing to do with what y'all suspect he may say. It's
YouTube's going to think the wrong thing.
And we're going to get shut down.
They'll get in trouble.
We'll get in trouble. Flash. I like Flash.
I like Flash too. So yeah, Roscoe, and then all the deputy names. We thought of White. I even thought of Doc for Doc Holliday, and then I told you this morning I liked Huckleberry. So yeah, there's just a lot of things.
And it was, when Mick Carl and I were coming home with him, it was Dandelion. She said his head looked like a dandelion. Yep. So she said, "What about we call him Dandy?"
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh, that's great. What about, you remember Lieutenant Dan?
Lieutenant Dan.
And Forrest Gump. So it can be like his name can be Dandy, and then he can have a nickname of Lieutenant Dan, which I like, but I don't know. We just kind of got to see his personality.
That's one thing too. And I think that's one thing that we think about Barney, because Barney is a goofball. His elevator don't go away. Y'all know Barney Fife, not the
purple dinosaur,
not the purple T-Rex, not that thing. Purple dinosaur. So,
that's right.
Yeah, we thought of Noodle too. That was the original, one of the first things we thought of.
Actually, when Catherine, Mick Carl, and I went and we looked at them, and we said on the way home, we were thinking, oh, if we got one, what would we name it? Because we didn't plan on getting one upon our visit. We wanted to learn. We wanted to figure out what was going on with Catherine's hatching, and she's in Alabama, and we could take a quick road trip and learn more. And Mary Carl said, if I got one, I would name it Noodle. And so, it's kind of been a funny thing that, what about Noodles? What about Noodles? Tyson, that's cute. We don't want any punch out though, Mike Tyson punching out Nugget or
the big global monopoly chicken factory.
Oh yeah, Tyson. I didn't think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
And I know, emus are dinosaurs, and I thought about that too with Barney too. Y'all, that purple dinosaur just creeps me out. I don't know, there's something about him. He's just a little too friendly. I don't know. He just kind of creeps me out.
And I didn't think of when Jason mentioned Barney the dinosaur, or the purple dinosaur, I should say. That didn't come to my mind. I was thinking Barney, Andy Griffith Barney. So I asked Mary Carl, I said, what do you think about when we say Barney? She said, that purple dinosaur thing that it jumps up and down.
And Mary Carl's never seen Barney.
She's never seen Barney, but that's what she thinks about.
Yes. Yeah. So Barney creeps a lot of people out.
Okay. Fife. I like Fife.
Hey, I told you that was one of the ones I like was Fife. It is.
And then do we want an N word because it's going to go with Nugget, Noodle and Nugget. That sounds good together. It's just so many options. I don't know.
It is, but we did think, we kind of wanted his personality to come out a little bit too.
Yes, for sure.
I mean,
right now, if I had to name him today, it would be Speedy.
I like Marshall too.
Yeah, I like Marshall too, but we had a pig named Marshall.
That's true.
But Jason, there's going to be nothing that we can pick that probably we don't have some kind of connection to. Right. When we were going to name Mary Carl, we came to the conclusion that we just got to pick a name that we like. We got to quit worrying about what everything else
Michael,
is.
I thought about Buford too.
Yes.
I did.
Buford.
Snowman, Smokey and the Bandit. Thought about that one as well.
Lots of thinking and and it may be a couple of weeks before we have a name because obviously you're going to hear it a lot. And right now I just call him Beep Beep. I say beep, 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 beep.
And that may stick.
Yeah, Beep Beep may stick.
That may stick, y'all.
Beep,
that
beep,
may
beep,
stick.
Because that's what he does. Dee Dee's looking at me like, did you bring that thing in the house? Dee Dee's scared of him.
So Pepita is Goldie. I mean, Nugget in Spanish.
Oh.
I think several people say that.
Okay, that's what it was. I'm not completely off my rocker.
Y'all know what? I did not think of that either. So when I think of Barney, I think of Barney Fife or, Creepy Barney. But a lot of people say they think of Barney Rubble.
Yeah. Well, I think of one of my daddy's best friends.
Oh, it's true. His name was Barney.
Um,
And he was a cop.
yep, growing up, he had one of his best friends, or growing up, when I was a kid, even until he passed, was his name was Barney. And that's one of the people that I think of when we say Barney. I'm
true.
thinking I can't call him Barney because I think of Barney, my
Mhm.
daddy's friend. But there's always going to be a connection with something.
It always will be. Yep. Somebody said the beep beep is what we call a beep beep.
That's true. See, there's another connection. Well, we could sit here and do this all day long. So y'all keep the ideas coming because
yes, we're loving them.
every time we see something new, we're like, "That's it," from you guys. And
we're going through the comments and emails, and we're screenshotting, ones, and yeah, fetus. I like fetus too. And I don't know. There's a lot. I like Cletus.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like Cletus.
Somebody said they like pita. I even said, "How about this? Pita instead of pita, like like a Southerner says. Pita, like it, Peter."
I could never say that. I can't see
Jason be out there go Pita.
Pita.
Yeah, I don't think that'll work.
Opie. I like Opie.
I don't know. It gets my wheels turning. And
Opie, I really like Opie.
Pita.
Write that one down.
Okay.
Opie.
But here's the thing: you won't know where it is when we get ready to say there was something somebody said on a live that I liked, and I can't remember.
I think I can remember Opie because of Andy Griffin.
Okay.
Because Nugget's the sheriff. He can Sheriff Andy. And this is like his
little man.
Little man. This is Opie.
Little man. That's what we refer to him as right now.
Opie sound. He kind of. I'm liking Opie. We may have named him right here on the day.
We may have. We may have. I like Opie.
Oh, why in the world we didn't think of Opie?
See, y'all are coming up with more than we ever. Uno.
I like Opie right there. But he is doing well. He's doing well. I thought about Gomer too. I like Gomer Pyle too.
Oh, Barry Carl and I thought of another one. This was on our way home with
Goober.
him.
Goober was one.
Goober was, she said, "Mama, Goober is a trendy word right now. It would be perfect to name him Goober."
Yeah.
Because we're thinking of, TV shows and yeah. I don't know.
And then somebody's told us that in Australia.
Kramer. Write it down. I love it.
Somebody told us that in Australia, Gooba means white.
Yes.
If I'm saying that correctly.
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not.
Kramer. I love Kramer.
But I like Opie.
Okay. So Opie Kramer. Opie Kramer Smith it is. Not really.
Oh goodness. Oh man. Hey, I saw somebody earlier that said that they hang on to their pickle juice. We're getting back on pickles because I won't forget this.
Because of restless leg?
Yep. Who was the sheriff of Smile? It was Buford T. Justice.
Yep.
But they kept their pickle juice for leg cramps.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as a kid, not me, because I ate all the pickles. But Mom and Dad would keep the pickle juice for Dad's heartburn.
Did it work? Obviously.
He claims it did. If he had heartburn, he'd go drink him some pickle juice.
Just chug it out of the jar?
Yeah. Because wasn't nobody else drink it.
Would one sip take care of it?
I can't remember.
Well, mind over matter. Mind is 60%, medicine's 40, supposedly. So maybe heartburn is a middle thing.
20%.
Oh.
Yep. 20%.
Medicine's 20%?
Mine's 20%.
Oh.
On average. That's what Dr. Park told me one time.
I thought it was higher than that.
On average, 20%. Yeah. It just depends on how much you believe in it, I guess. Mine's pretty popular. Pickle juice does not work on my heartburn. It works. It's gone. Golly. I think they said it made it worst. That was worse.
It wouldn't make mine worse. I could tell you that right now.
I guess because of the vinegar. Do people take vinegar for heartburn?
I just think that would add fuel to the fire. Somebody said it cures heartburn.
I knew it helps muscle cramps, but my daddy always, if he had heartburn, he'd take him a sip or a chug of pickle juice.
Huh.
So
Peanut. We have a bird named Peanut.
yeah, we do have a bird named Peanut. And I saw something else said that they love pickled okra. Man, I need to put that on the list because
You plan on making some this
I
year?
just forgot how much I love pickled okra and I need some. The next grocery trip,
Oh,
we're
I
gonna
thought you
get
were
some
going to tell
pickled
me you were
okra.
going to pickle some this year.
I might.
You definitely could.
I definitely could. But I love pickled okra. It's so good. It's so good.
I think it would give me heartburn.
Somebody said they had a parrot named Goober.
Oh, Littlefoot. I love Littlefoot. It makes me
Yeah.
think of Mary Carl when she was little, The Land Before Time.
She loved that one. We watched that one.
Her mama probably loved it more than she did. It was such a sweet story.
It was, and it had a little series too, which was good as well, better than Barney, the purple dinosaur.
Very much better. Much better. Jason, you still sound terrible. When he laughs, okay. I can hear his chest. I don't like it.
I feel way better.
Don't take any more of those.
I ain't have but one. Okay. I have one more.
One more. You're halfway through with one, so you have one more. Now. Yeah, he's been trying to do things, and his lieutenant over here has been trying to slow him down because he was a sick man. Let me tell y'all how sick he was. He lost 12 pounds. He might not have wanted me to share that with y'all, but 12 pounds, and he's not a big guy. So, I mean, like, I'm not saying if it was a big man losing 12 pounds, it might not be that big of a deal, but he's a little guy, and 12 pounds is a lot of weight, but that tells you how sick he was.
Yeah, I lost 12, maybe 13. So I was in between 12, 13 pounds. Yep.
He was a sick man, very sick, and I'm glad to see he's on the mend.
That's right.
But we can't take any chances with you. Still, your last antibiotic is today.
I know it. That's
today.
Today.
So
That's one.
I don't know how I dodged the illness, but I am so thankful that I did. Go.
Mary doing something.
Mary's not here.
She must be back.
She's not back.
That was Holly then.
That's what I'm worried about.
I'll be right back. Holly's in this. Mary. Come on. Howdy.
Yes, it was Mary Carl, y'all. I'm thankful. I'm thankful it was her because I thought the legs might be coming off her couch.
Sandy's garden says she found my 12 pounds.
She found your 12 pounds?
Oh, goodness.
Oh, y'all, that's funny.
Oh.
But here's what I'm amazed about.
Oh, that's funny.
Petrie. I love Petrie from The Land Before Time.
Yeah, I like Petrie too.
Write that down, please. I take a medication that lowers my immune system. Actually, 2 medications that lower my immune system. So I think my immune system must be doing pretty good if I was able to fight it and not get it.
Yeah.
Either I've had it before. One of the two.
I have not taken a nap in 2 days straight.
Now
I've gone to bed early, but no naps.
Somebody wanted to know what the medicine was that you were taking.
I can't remember what it was.
I want to spell it because I can't pronounce it.
Shirtless Jake's emu's name's Littlefoot.
Oh, that won't work.
I forgot about that.
Yep, I did too. I remember now. Okay. It's CLARITHROMYCIN. Clarithromycin.
And it had another name too. I forgot what it was.
And so we were trying to figure out why in the world Jason was sleepy every single day. I mean, I was getting worried. I was like, something's not right. Something's not right. You shouldn't be that tired. I know you're sick. But when I Googled it, immediately it says causes drowsiness.
Could cause drowsiness.
And
plus, I think it was a combination. I think I was just sick and weak. And
he's taking it twice a day. So
yeah,
it was a high dose antibiotic on top of that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's right. But
if he needs to take a nap, he's more than welcome to take a nap. It's just It's just the fact that I think that the antibiotics were added to it.
Mhm.
Somebody said they were allergic to it. I'm allergic to erythromycin with an E. I remember taking it when I was little, and I broke out in hives from head to toe. And my mama told me to always remember I was allergic to erythromycin, and to this day,
Yeah.
that's the only thing I know I'm allergic to.
Jethro.
Jethro, I like get write it down. Jethro and Nugget. Boss Hog.
I still like. We already got Boss Hog. Like what I call peaches. They're allergic to that too. So yeah, it must be. And he said he saw a lot of people get nauseated with it as well, but I didn't, so I was good.
Mycins, I think, stuff with the ending myosin, like what you took, has a high. A lot of people are allergic to it.
Yep. Yep.
Jethro Tull.
I love Jethro Tull. I thought somebody said that maybe I ought to try a humidifier. I've been sleeping with a humidifier every night.
The first day he got sick, I got the humidifier down and I put it in front of the bed on his side so he could take it in, and you're still using it.
I am still. Oh yeah, I'm still using it. Sleep it every night. Yep.
So I mean, I'm sure that helped keep pneumonia away, but you still got to be careful. I mean, when you had COVID and you got pneumonia,
it was like weeks.
Yes, you thought you were completely.
It was longer than that.
You thought you were completely well, and
it was months. It was a month or so.
It wasn't too much longer, but that was during the time that Paris was born. Paris was born. We all had COVID. Took us some time to recover. Jason got pneumonia, and it just went from there.
It was a long.
Was that the sickest you've ever been, or Rocky Mountain?
I was sicker with the pneumonia than I was with Rocky Mountain spotted fever, or I felt worse.
And his physician, after he was diagnosed with the Rocky Mountain spotted fever from a tick that was attached on his armpit, that he didn't know. Yeah. He saw a spot afterwards, but blood test confirmed that's what it was. His doctor told him, I didn't want to tell you this before you were diagnosed.
Until after it was gone.
Until you were cleared up.
Yeah.
But what's the percentage of death from?
20%.
20% death rate with 20%, Rocky Mountain spotted fever,
which is crazy high.
And we don't have any idea. We were in the process of going from one farm to another. He never saw the tick on him.
And I was here by myself.
Yeah, you were staying in the camper. I was staying at the other house. And we were trying to get fences built and whatever. And y'all, I tell you what, that sickness scared me because his temperature got so high. It's like 105.
It was bad too. That made me really weak too. The feeling though was that pneumonia was bad because it was my temperature would get real high and then it would bottom out and get real high and bottom out, and it was crazy. What's going on, Clack?
I see Clack, and I see somebody said Spanky. I like that. Hopefully we don't have to put.
I called Nugget alfalfa a lot because that little doopy.
That's right. Guy. So Spanky. I'm gonna put them in my notes after this. Otis.
Oh goodness, that's funny.
I'm reading.
More?
Trying to anyway.
So popped up on my thing. Y'all know my little I forget what it's called. I follow, but it's always the 80s. It's always 80s stuff. Because I love very nostalgic. And popped up, wasn't this day because it's the 4th, but it was yesterday. A show I remember and I absolutely loved to watch. And you probably didn't care nothing about it.
I don't know what it was.
It was Murder, She Wrote.
Oh, I like that.
I love Murder, She Wrote. It debuted yesterday. And I can't remember how many years it was. Let me see. How many years was Murder, She Wrote? I think I screenshot.
What was that show that was a cop show? I can't remember what it was called. It was like one of the first.
They don't say when it was, but Murder, She Wrote debuted yesterday. And I remember being a kid loving mysteries, and I told y'all that I love Sherlock Holmes and how I would put the double hat on to make it look like I had the Sherlock Holmes hat. And the Agatha Christie movies, I like those too. They used to be on HBO a lot. And
Okay.
I always thought I could try to figure out, and I was always wrong. But the Hardy Boys, and I just remember loving mysteries.
Patty said Deputy Lester.
Oh goodness. I'm not gonna do that to my emu now.
Oh goodness.
Oh man.
I'm sorry. I just saw that and I had to laugh about it. But what was the TV show that came on? It was one of the first. Gosh, I can see it right now.
Explain it to me again.
It was a
A detective.
yeah, it was a police show.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I cannot remember what it was
Hill
called.
Street Blues?
Bam Bam. I like Bam Bam.
Hill Street Blues?
No, something like that though.
Dragnet?
No,
Chips?
no.
We could go on with this. I don't know.
I'm gonna figure it out.
Columbo?
Clack made me
Loretta?
think about it because there was a TV show that debuted in Alabama, and it was called Cops.
Oh
It
yeah.
was in Montgomery,
Montgomery
Alabama.
Cops, yep.
And we got to thinking about that the other day, and we asked Clack about it. Clack's a police officer. That's not Mary Carl because she's already here.
Who knows what it is? Was it Quincy? I remember Quincy now,
No,
but he was a surgeon.
no,
Was
this
it a
was
cop show
cop.
too? Surgeon.
This was a
Hawaiian
cop.
5-0.
I think it started with a B.
No. I can't remember.
It's gonna drive
I'm
me
looking.
crazy.
Adam 12. Wasn't Adam 12? Starsky and Hutch?
No.
I love Starsky and Hutch. My cousin's named Starsky. Only person in the world besides the TV show that I ever seen named Starsky. Matlock. I like Matlock too. Loretta started with a B.
No.
Rockford Files.
No. Y'all, I don't like to get my phone out when I'm.
Barney Miller.
No.
I remember all these shows. What Magnum PI was it? You would remember Riptide, Simon and Simon.
Jason, how do you remember all these things? Oh.
Boy, memories from my childhood are just ingrained in me, and I'm telling you, I just love nostalgia. I love old stuff. I just love it. I just love it.
It probably wasn't as old as I think it was. I was probably.
Baywatch.
No, I love Baywatch. David Hasselhoff was a hunk.
So that reminds me. And I hope they're watching, but they may not be. So there's somebody that orders coffee quite regular, and Ryan gets so tickled about it.
Oh, I know who it is.
And he'll send it to me like, oh, she ordered another bag.
Yep.
And it's the customer's name's Pamela Anderson.
And you just get an image. I can't find it. You get an image in your mind of what this person looked like.
Yeah.
Booker. Was it Booker?
Booker? Could have been.
The thing is, y'all, I'm not going to know it if you say it. I'm not going to know it. I'll be like, yeah, that was it.
Perry Mason. But it's always funny when Pamela orders her coffee. Me and Ryan get a giggle out of it every time.
Oh, we were talking about on the way home from town today. Mary Carl said, Mama, why are all your memories of childhood always something scary? And I said, look, Mary Carl.
Wasn't BJ and the Bear, was it?
No.
Okay.
I said, when you get older, things that scare you or make you extremely happy are what sticks out in your memory. And the rest just goes by the wayside, except for with him. Was it something blues?
Yeah, the Hill Street Blues.
See it. And there were some things that stuck out to me. I remember going fishing with my daddy, and there was the ponds that we fished at. They had a dam on both sides of the pond, and so what we drove our car on was really narrow. And every time we drove, I would sit in his lap because I wanted to help him drive, and he would say, "Steer, Brooke, steer." And I remember being scared, thinking that we were going to fall off on either side of that pond because I was the one steering. Well, I mean, little did I know that he would have done something. I wasn't really steering.
Right.
I had in my mind I was steering, but Blues Brothers. No, that's not it. But that's something that sticks out in my mind. It's something such as that.
Yeah.
And It's crazy.
So I looked up cop shows of the 80s.
I already did it.
And man, there's so many coming up.
I know.
Cagney and Lacey. I love Cagney and Lacey. Crazy Like a Fox. I loved Crazy Like a Fox.
I have never heard of Crazy Like a Fox.
The Equalizer. Now that was an amazing show.
I've never heard of The Equalizer. But we didn't watch TV, Jason. We did not watch TV. This is what we did. Every night that I can remember that my daddy was home.
Hunter was a good one too.
We played Monopoly.
Y'all play Monopoly?
We played board games. The family, me and my mom and daddy, we would sit down and we'd play some sort of game, card game, Monopoly. We didn't watch TV.
You didn't watch Knight Rider?
I didn't watch Knight Rider. I didn't watch any of it. I watched MacGyver when I got old enough to realize what good-looking men were. And I watched Baywatch when
His birthday was recently.
Well, happy birthday to a good-looking man. I watched Baywatch because I thought David Hasselhoff was a hunk. But
Miami Vice?
Don Johnson was okay, but
that wasn't the show you're thinking about, though.
No. Maybe it was Hill Street Blues. Maybe it was.
Quincy M.E.
We're not going to find it.
Remington Steele. Now, I didn't watch that one, but my mom liked Remington Steele. And one of my mom's friends loved Remington Steele.
I think it might have been Hill Street Blues.
I loved Riptide. They had the robot and the
1981. That would have been about right time.
And the helicopter.
I just don't know of any of these. I don't know of any of them.
Wouldn't have been the 90s, would it?
No, this was when I was little. I think it was Hill Street Blues because I remember the cop car looking like that.
That's it. That's a nice looking car, too.
Oh, Jason. Y'all, there's a lady that buys eggs from us, and she just paid me through Venmo. That's what the dogs were barking at.
Oh.
And I put 3 dozen in there today.
Did she get all 3 of them?
I was surprised that it still said eggs in stock when we got home. And I didn't look to see how many, if any, had sold. She just bought all 3 dozen, and her text to me was, well, she doesn't know me, but on Venmo was,
message.
Yay, eggs. And she just bought a dozen like Saturday. So she now realizes the chickens are back in business. So
back in business.
And eggs are being laid. Yeah.
Airwolf. Oh, Airwolf was good too.
It might have been NYPD Blue.
That was later though.
And this was early.
What NYPD? That's later on. That was later on.
I don't know. I really just
Kojak.
Don't know that.
Now that was a man's man right there. Kojak.
Ingot. Are they saying that for the emu?
Must be.
I like that.
Let me write it down.
Ryan's mama's name is Ingy.
That's right.
But I don't think she'd like us to name our emu Ingy. She may not care.
She may not care. Murder, She Wrote. I love Murder, She Wrote.
Jasper. I told you today, I said, what are some brake pad names?
It's a Wagner.
But Jasper is a fast engine,
it's an engine. Jasper engines.
So Jasper would be a good one.
Yep.
Because he can scoot right now.
He can scoot.
Y'all, it is going to be so funny. Right now, I have to be very careful because he's so little, he can go right through the fence. But when I don't have to be such a babysitter, I have to be careful because if he goes to the fence where Jesse and Honey are, I don't know what would happen. I mean, I don't think they would do anything, but I don't want to find out. And then if he goes through Moody's fence, Moody's a little bit big and he could do some damage. So it's going to be funny when he can not fit through the fence anymore. Because right now I'm just, whoa, buddy, stay right there.
He is fast.
He is super fast and can put on the brakes. He can go like that and stop on a dime.
Hemi.
There we go. Hemi.
That's a fast motor. I'm just not a big Dodge person. I don't mean that people that are Dodge people, just personally not a big Dodge person.
Scooter. Zippy. All right. Yeah.
Godzilla.
Oh, goodness. Nugget might be intimidated.
Oh,
every time you write, the screen goes like that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
I'm sorry.
Starsky and Hutch. Starsky might be offended.
Yeah.
Maybe they were talking about the TV show.
Probably talking about TV show.
Okay.
Because it's a little delayed for some people.
Yeah.
Yep.
Depending on their internet, is that what it is?
Mm-hmm. Probably so. Colt. Michael Key said Colt.
Colt. Michael, you need an emu. I know where you can get one.
Michael may not want me to let everybody know this, but Michael has like a little emu phobia.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he gets nervous around them.
Like DJ.
Yeah, he's a little scared of emus.
Is he really?
Yeah, he is. He is. And Michael, correct me if I'm wrong, but where they are now, once was the emus right
Oh, where Michael lives used to be emu
there.
area.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think he had some relatives that may have had some emus.
Huh.
Or in-laws.
Well, I tell you what, it doesn't take much to happen to make you scared of a rooster, or when something happens, you don't forget it.
Yeah. And y'all know what? We're around them all the time, and absolutely they do not bother us at all. But yeah, most every time somebody that comes around, they're pretty scared.
Well, we try to let people know that your earrings are a prime target.
Mm-hmm.
I read to you right before we came on this live that there were some interesting emu facts.
Father-in-law had them.
Father-in-law had them.
Thought it was an in-law there.
And somebody had stated that they had 6. Now this was nothing to do with us. 6 $100 bills sitting on a table, and they turned around and the money was gone. Their emu was there with them, and the emu ate 6 $100 bills, and 400 out of the 600 was recovered a couple of months later.
Somebody said we need to name it Michael Key.
Key. How about Mickey for?
Oh gosh.
Mickey.
Oh, if we name it after Michael, he should have to come and get used to it.
That's right. Speed Buggy.
Speed. That's a good cartoon.
I don't know anything about Speed Buggy. And then another one was somebody had an emu to swallow a whole glove, like a man's work glove.
Yep.
Maybe that's why Michael doesn't like them. They can swallow a whole work glove.
Maybe so.
That's your earrings as a female, well, male too. Some males wear earrings, and necklaces are definitely at risk when you go in.
Very much so.
Not with Goldie, because she doesn't get that close to me. She's her own woman. She does her own thing.
She does do her own thing.
Jet.
Banjo. Lil Jon.
Man. And the list goes on. Gonzo. Oh, goodness.
Those feet, their feet. They're intimidating birds. They really are. If we wasn't around them all the time, we would be cautious around them. But yeah, we're around them all the time, so it doesn't.
Mama's kind of scared of him.
Yeah.
She doesn't spend any time in there with him, but I remember when he was little, she would come outside wearing flip-flops and have painted toenails. And maybe that's where Nugget's feet issue came from, because Mama always had painted toenails and she always was wearing flip-flops, which I thought was ridiculous, because who in the world wears flip-flops when you got farm animals? And he would constantly try to peck her toes.
Yeah.
And she decided from that point on that she was a little scared of him.
Vanilla Ice.
Oh, yes. There we go. And they're right. I think DJ is a little intimidated by all birds.
Yeah, I think so too. Your mom used to be like that.
She did. Until
any bird. It didn't matter if it was a hummingbird.
We were backing down the driveway at my house when I was a teenager. I wasn't 16 yet. I was in the passenger seat, and we had the windows down in the car. Probably didn't have air conditioner, and a hummingbird got in the car, and I can remember her getting out of the car on that hill that you back down the driveway. She put the car in park right there and exited, because it was a hummingbird in the car, and she was scared it was going to get in her hair. That was always her
Colt from the Fall Guy.
That's what Michael said.
He just said it again.
Oh.
He said that's why it's the Fall Guy.
Okay.
Which is an awesome show.
Well,
that's one of my top 5 was Fall Guy.
I know about Fall Guy, but it wasn't one of my favorite shows.
You didn't think he was handsome?
I probably wasn't old enough then.
I guess no, but she was beautiful.
Well, men's hormones tend to kick in a little earlier than females. Don't y'all think?
Oh goodness.
Uh,
Oh my goodness.
Somebody said Herbie. I like Herbie.
That's because Herbie loved Bug and he's white.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yep. I don't know. Can't y'all see this little fella? If the Volkswagen bus gets going, he could ride. He could stick his head out the window.
Herbie.
Yeah. Gizmo.
Ricky Bobby.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Oh my goodness.
We could go through this all day long.
Oh, yeah, I love the truck, Mike. You're right. That is all time one of my top 3 vehicles. That's on my dream. That's dream vehicle right there.
Let me just, before we end this live, see what that little man and his silky buddy
that's right. You can do that.
are doing.
I forgot all about that.
Providing they're on that side of the stall.
Fonz.
Oh, they're not there. Well, there they are.
Is that him? That's him.
He's gone.
There he is. He's running.
He's running. I thought I had him in view, and lo and behold.
I'll tell you what, let me get mine because I can move. You don't know how to move the camera.
Can you show me how to move the camera?
Sure can.
Is it that arrow right there? There he goes. There he goes. Can y'all see him?
There he is.
I don't know where his friend is, but she's in there. He took off running a minute ago. He'll be back. There he goes. Oh, he's getting him a bite to eat.
Can you turn it that way? It just makes it bigger.
But I don't know how to
click on it. There you
go. He's having dinner early tonight. There she is. No, that's him in the mirror.
That's the mirror.
Oh, he's gonna lay down in front of it.
Yep.
Oh, he's such a sweetheart. I don't know where she is, but I guarantee you she's not far.
She's in there. I think that's her right there.
He's up
dot
again.
Of white right there.
He can't sit still.
Oh, he got ants in his pants.
Yeah, he can't sit still.
Got ants in it. Michael said, just name him Big Mike and get it over with.
That's right.
Don't tip me, brother.
Oh, goodness. Well, I'm not cooking tonight. And I said my husband has lost 12 pounds, so it sounds like I need to be cooking. But we ate out lunch today. We let Main Street do the cooking.
Yeah.
And so I'm off the hook tonight. We did have some leftovers. I had cooked chicken spaghetti yesterday, so we're going to have leftovers. But I'm not cooking tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you guys having for supper while I'm having chicken spaghetti leftover?
What is for supper? I'm not even hungry either. My appetite is
That's part of the reason he's lost weight. Yep. And the medicine may be doing that with you too.
Pepperoni pizza on how you say it, nan or nons? Non bread. That reminds me.
You told Michael that the pepperoni pizza that I made you on the white bread. Do you remember that?
Yeah, not that though, but I remember as a kid, one of my favorite treats my mom would make is she'd take that French bread and put the pizza sauce on it and the cheese and the pepperoni and put it in the oven.
My mama did that too. Ooh, that was a good after school snack.
Man, is that good.
Good after school snack.
Goodness gracious. Woo! Lots of pizza. Oh, some had wings. Where that's gone? Wings, meatloaf, mashed potatoes. I had mashed potatoes today. I had pork chops, mashed potatoes, turnip greens, and a little salad.
Oh, somebody is having a colonoscopy prep.
Oh, tell them, Brooke, it's not that bad.
Yeah, they've probably done it before, but it is nothing to it.
Had potted meat. I'm going to tell you, I like potted meat. They said, I had potted meat. Please don't judge me. I like potted meat.
I ain't judging nobody.
I like potted meat on crackers, y'all. I even like vegan sausages.
Whatever somebody eats and whatever somebody likes is
taco soup. We had that recently.
We did.
Sure did.
Taco soup recently.
Mm-hmm.
Run, Forrest, run.
We thought about Forrest. We did.
Michael, what are you having for supper?
Fish.
Is that what Michael's having?
No, somebody said fish.
Speaking of fish, I'm gonna show.
His head's gonna get so big he ain't gonna be able to fit in the live stream.
Y'all know that Michael is a fisherman, and Michael's gonna take me fishing one
He's
day.
gonna take up all the space in the comments over here. We ain't gonna be able to see nobody.
I gotta get it to where I don't need to enlarge it because his fish is big enough where you won't need to see it.
Look at that monster.
Michael texted this to me over the weekend. He caught that, and he wanted to release it in our pond, but we need to do a little work before we release it.
Mr. Greg, we're gonna get the pond going.
Hey, his hat says Hook. How about Hook?
I told you that I thought about because I thought Huckleberry and we call him Hook for sure, short.
Well.
Yep.
Anyway.
That's right. I saw something. This reminds me of my nanny. And I know a lot of people may say, oh, somebody said, don't judge them, but they love Pickles pig's feet. And my nanny, rest her soul, she loved Pickles. She would go out there and we would be shucking corn or shelling beans. And if she had some in the house, my nanny was eating.
Eating what?
Pickles pig's feet.
Oh, you didn't say it.
I did.
You didn't say what your nanny was eating.
Oh, she loved Pickled pig's feet.
Okay, now that's not something I could eat, but I'm not judging anybody.
That's right. They said don't let Peaches know.
Don't let Peaches know was right, or Loretta or Gus.
Oh man.
There are like 30 calendars left.
Yeah.
So if anybody wants a calendar, seriously, it's last call.
Last call.
I know not everybody watches the lives, but somebody's going to say, I wanted a calendar.
Yep.
And they're sold out.
Mm-hmm.
So if you know somebody that wanted one, pass it on. The Valentine's gift packs are still going, right?
Still going, but that'll end when Valentine's comes up.
Well, how far in advance?
Oh, I have to check with Jacqueline on that because I don't know. She may have told me, and you know how it goes.
Okay. So those are last call reminders. Mm-hmm. And everybody seems to love the calendar.
Everybody loved it.
Said it was the best calendar we've ever put out.
Best calendar, yep.
So we are proud of that. We're proud of Jacqueline for putting it together for us.
Yep.
And we got to go. We got to get our leftovers heated up. We got to get some fat back on this man.
My grandma ate squirrel. I've had squirrel. I have. I used to, when I was a little fella, me and my cousins, we'd go squirrel hunting, and then we'd have squirrel and gravy. I think they had other ways, but that's how we always had it, was squirrel and gravy. I'm not quite for sure how it was prepared, but we had squirrel and gravy.
Oh, you mean you didn't have to cook it?
I didn't watch them cook it either. So,
well, that's probably why you ate it.
Probably so.
So somebody said they liked my earrings. I took one out so y'all could see it. I got these at a thrift store, and I thought they were too cute to pass up. And of course, I thoroughly cleaned them, but they're little cows, and they actually have texture to them that feels like hair. So appreciate y'all liking my earrings.
I forgot, it went by so fast, but somebody's getting their freeze dryer tomorrow, and they were saying, yay. So woo woo.
Anybody interested in a freeze dryer? There is a February coupon where if you enter Love 100 on our link, at the end of it, it'll say promo code Love 100. You get an additional $100 off the already reduced sale price.
And that just started.
Yeah, we just got the email about it. So Love 100 in that promo code. And if it were to not work for some reason, send me an email and we'll make sure that it goes through. Somebody
asked about larger mugs. Send Jacqueline and Zach an email at orders@coghillfarm.com or thecoghillfarm.com. It's on our website. You can go there, hit contact us, and we'll let them know too. But if you guys give them feedback, then they'll see that as well. So if you got any feedback about anything, be sure to let them know too.
Yes, and everybody seems to be loving the combined shipping. A lot of people are taking advantage of being able to order honey and coffee and merch and paying one shipping.
That's right.
So just wanted to reinforce that is happening, and anything that you order will be shipped from one location.
Karen says she knows somebody named Pamela Anderson. So ask them if they buy her coffee.
That's right. And ask them what David's up to these days.
Oh me.
All right, we got to go, Jason.
We gotta go.
We got to go. And video tomorrow. We
Yes.
plan to be back here on Saturday, and everything should go as usual. And we'll update, of course, if anything changes. And we thank y'all for joining us today.
Always.
Or tonight. It's almost maybe tonight some places.
Yep. But y'all have a wonderful evening. And as always, y'all be good.